Today, when we think of embroidery in fashion, we might picture Taylor Swift's floral dress on the 2021 Met Gala red carpet, or those crafty videos you see on TikTok that I can't get enough of. But for centuries, embroidery used to be this, a wealth symbol. So how did embroidery go from being a sign of luxury to an essential part of everyday fashion? Let's take a trip through history and find out. Embroidery originates from China and the Near East. Around 30,000 BC, our ancestors created their first garments with stitched fabrics. Archaeological discoveries from this era show clothing with hand stitching and decoration in fossilized remains, though we can't pinpoint the exact first embroidered clothes. It's hard to tell exactly what they looked like, but we can imagine it could have been animal furs stitched with animal silhouettes or simple pattern designs worn by early humans. And back then, it wasn't just as easy as sitting down on your couch with an embroidery kit. The Homo sapiens would have to hunt for animals to create threads from their sinew, that's literally muscle tissue, and stitch them with needles made from bone or ivory. Definitely not an animal-friendly practice. But okay, it wasn't all that dramatic. They also used plant fibers to create embroidery threads. As civilizations flourished, so did embroidery. From ancient Egypt to Viking-age Sweden, people added thread designs to their clothing and things like collars, tunics, and tablecloths. It wasn't just about aesthetics though. Embroidery symbolized power, wealth, and status. Embroidery was also a handy way to document history. During the Islamic Golden Age, medieval textiles known as tiraz were embroidered with rulers' names using precious metals and elaborate patterns. These tiraz pieces, often in the form of armbands sewn onto robes of honor, were worn by high-ranking officials. In the Middle Ages, the Anglo-Saxons, who lived in what we now call England, stitched intricate designs from religious manuscripts onto the robes worn by the clergy. For example, they embroidered scenes from religious texts onto the robes worn during church services, which are also called vestments. I just think that's extraordinary. Could we have someone embroider me earning my first paycheck onto my sweatshirt? I just feel like that's a scene worth embroidering, you know? Embroidery was such a prestigious skill in medieval England that leading embroiderers worked directly for kings, nobles, and bishops, creating elaborate pieces like clothing, vestments, and decorative items. Imagine the insane amounts of money you'd have to make to employ a butler, a gardener, a cook, and a personal embroiderer. Making large embroidery pieces required a whole team. For instance, creating just one altar frontal for the Royal Church of Westminster Abbey was made by 4 women working together for nearly 4 years. Fast forward to the Renaissance. Not Beyoncé's Renaissance, but the historical period. During this time, embroidery continued to be popular among the nobility and the church, embroidery's main customers. Lavish designs for the wealthy could be seen on items like bags, wall hangings, and even small cabinets. Embroidery was also really important in fashion during the 17th and 18th centuries. It decorated clothes with fancy designs that the nobility loved. They put it on everything, from purses to gloves, waistcoats, and even fancy stomachers, which is basically a panel that fills in the front opening of a woman's dress. In 18th century England and its colonies, elaborate embroidery appeared outside churches and royal palaces. With the emergence of the middle class, more people could afford embroidery materials. Embroidered items started to decorate people's homes, not just religious or royal places. Cut to the 19th century, and at the height of the Industrial Revolution, one man's invention would change everything. In 1828, a French man named Joshua Hellman introduced the hand embroidery machine, the first machine of its kind. Hellman's machine could embroider using over 300 needles simultaneously, transferring the desired pattern onto the fabric repeatedly. The machine had a section with a design preview that served as a stitching guide, with an operator tracing each stitch using a pantograph tool. Needles moved back and forth through the fabric, replicating hand embroidery. This innovation revolutionized production and paved the way for mass-producing embroidery goods. And in the 20th century, as materials got cheaper, embroidery machines were cranking out large quantities faster, eliminating the need for expert handcrafting. It became affordable for everyone. I imagine this being Oprah's "you get embroidery, and you get embroidery, and you get embroidery, and you get embroidery." Now, regular people could buy embroidered items at the store or from mail order catalogs.
Hi, is this JCPenney's? Yes, I'm eyeballing that embroidered floral dress and that fabulous tablecloth that you have in your catalog. Could you hook me up?
So by now, embroidery is no longer a limited luxury staple. It's on bed and kitchen linen, dresses, and shopping mall displays. We see the launch of embroidery kits, so everyone can learn how to embroider. And more importantly, it becomes your grandma's favorite hobby. And every millennial's, apparently. Fashion brands started integrating embroidery designs into their product lines and using them as branding tools. Major names like Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, Lacoste, Uniqlo, and Zara have all added their unique embroidered touches to their clothing, enhancing their brand identity to captivate more customers. Take a look in your closet, and you're likely to discover an embroidery branded garment tucked away. And over the years, embroidery has helped break records. In 2019, in Hidalgo, Mexico, a team of 1,270 artisans broke the world record for the largest embroidery. They created a design spanning 337 square feet, featuring mystical animals shaping the outline of Mexico. According to the Guinness World Records website, Margaret S. Pollard created the world's longest embroidery. It's a massive piece measuring 1,338 feet in length, depicting scenes from C.S. Lewis's beloved Narnia books. Today, we're in the era of computerized embroidery. Unlike the hard work needed to make record-breaking masterpieces by hand, embroidery machines offer a game-changing solution. They can handle complex stitching tasks quickly by using special software to read digital design files. In fact, you could create a design as detailed as Pollard's much faster than it takes to read just the first chapter of Narnia's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Computerized embroidery has made it easy to add these designs to everyday clothes, making the fashion world even more open to this customization technique. And what's next for embroidery? Technology is getting better, allowing us to make cool designs like these with almost no thread color limitations. Unlimited color embroidery machines can use just one thread and dye it as they go, without needing to stop or change needles between colors. This means they can make designs with gradients and lots of different colors, which wasn't possible before. I particularly like how this technique was used to make the colorful mane on this cute unicorn design. Technology has helped on-demand embroidery services like Printful grow. Now, with just a few clicks, you can order personalized embroidery designs online for yourself or to be sold worldwide. This makes it simple for small brands to launch their own embroidery business. For more info, check out Printful's website. Embroidery's journey from a symbol of luxury to an everyday fashion element shows centuries of innovation and creativity. Thanks for coming along as we looked at its history. Where do you think embroidery is heading next? I'd love to hear your thoughts.